It's alright, it's...
So this is it, eh?
G'day, Barry. What do you think?
Bright, isn't it?
It's got some new features. Look, there's grills on.
Scotty. Let's just hop in and run out to the hut for a brew, eh?
I thought you might ask me that. Be back in a minute.
Oh, spare me days, mate. There's no need for all that. We've got a decent track here now.
Barry!
You better wind your whipper up here, mate. All right, mate.
Barry!
Hey,
Barry, we can't go through there.
There's been a bit of rain up here lately, mate. Just leave the ride down here, Scotty.
The incredible new Toyota Hilux four-wheel drive.
Okay, Scotty, we'll have that brew, eh?
It's so good,
Scotty.
it's frightening.
Well, here's your brew, Scotty. After your gate's a bit to the left, mate.
So we are heading off to Keith for Wheels this morning to drop this off to get the shackles replaced, and I'm putting a new spare tyre on it. It's part of the deal, but I'm not happy. I've got to drive it on the roads that are wet, pushing up shit in the undercarriage. Anyway, first drive since the carby's gone on too, so let's see how that goes. It didn't go as well as I had hoped. The car ran all right on the highway, but I was trying to ignore the fact that it was still stuttering a little bit on initial start. Oh. Good, mate. Hey?
Is it the trial?
Yeah, but we've got shackles replaced today too.
Oh, yeah, alright.
They're all on the side there. I've got them all on the floor.
Alright. Wheels in here?
Yeah, and then I've got another flat on my other car. It's the third tyre that he fucked up.
Well, you've got to use decent tubes, otherwise they are.
No, not this, another car.
Even in these.
Well, you guys did the tyres, so...
You use cheap tubes, like.
Old mate there misunderstood what I was talking about. With the boys moving the Ningy Nugget onto the lift, ready for work, I headed outside to wait for my lift. And I checked out John's 86. Look at the number plate, you can sort of get an idea what's under the bonnet. Okay.
Another one.
Yep. My cousin showed up in his RN46 to pick me up and take me home. With the Ningy Nugget down at Keith for Wheels getting those shackles done, I decided to hit the red Hilux and tackle or expose some more of that rust. So after nearly 3 weeks, the rain has stopped and I can come out and play. And play we will. Let's talk rust on the truck. The floor pan on this, look, I'm doing this for a quick turnaround, so I'm not going to go all out on the tub. I just want to salvage it and keep it from rusting any further. It probably does need to be pulled off and done, you know, thoroughly, but I'm going to scratch back what I can scratch back, cut out all the rotten pieces, treat it, and we're going to build it back better again and make it, well, watertight. Let's talk the seams here. So the front of these have a nice flare on them, but the rears didn't on the original tubs. This was done roughly 20 years ago. Someone has cut the front flares off, another vehicle, and they've welded them on to the rear of the tub here to give us the same flare to match the front. And this is where the problem lies. So the bed itself has a few issues, but not as bad. Normally they rust all the way along here. That's pretty good. There's a couple of spots, obviously you've seen in the footage, that have rusted through, but this is where all the drama lies, on this arch, where the two pieces join. And then they've bogged it to smooth it out. So this is the bog you see coming off here, but it's underneath where it's rotted. And then the seam at the back here. So I'm gonna scratch back where the bulging is in the paint. We've got one more here I've got to do, and we'll see this kind of thing happening underneath. We're going to cut out what we can cut out, treat it. So this side's not too bad. It's the other side that's the problem. So I'd say when the truck was resting where it was, it must have sat leaning towards this side. We've got rot straight through from the inside to the outside here. This looks bad, but it's just surface rust at this point. There's a few holes. Any longer and then we'd be in trouble. So you can see it's clean here where I've broken the bog off to. So I don't have to go any further with that. I'll clean the edges up a little more. We'll treat that. We'll fill this, fill that down there. Got a seam or a join in here. So I've got a seal. I reckon I should seal that. I've got the sealer, and we will treat it, seal it, replace, treat, bog, quick paint job. The dent here, I can't work out how to get the door open, but anyway. Let's look at the tailgate. The problem with these is there's two layers. There's a top layer and then underneath. So it's gotten shit in between the two. It's probably happening all the way along here, really. I'm going to take the top layer off. I will put a new piece in. We've got to treat that, so I'm going to cut it back a little bit more to get to where the rust and Kanye is built up, and it's the same on the other side. Same thing here, the outer layer has been eaten away because of the shit between the two layers. So I'm going to cut that out, grind it back, treat it, fill it. Same over here on the other side there. In the bed we've got this stuff happening here. But again, it's bubbling and we could just get to it in time before it's eating through. So that's not, there's one hole there. But this just needs scratching, grinding and treating. Don't mind my screwdriver holder. Alright, that looks a bit better. So you can see, we can really see the problem now. Again, everything else that's bubbling pretty much has not eaten through the floor. I'll do a bit more cleaning here. Won't bore you with, it's on the piss. That's better. The old tripod's digging into the wet ground. I won't bore you with any more of the scratching. If it doesn't rain, we might throw some of that rust buster converter on it tomorrow or the next day, or a day after that, one of those days. All right, after 2 days here, I don't mind. The boys have been great. They're lovely guys here at Keith for Wheels. If ever you want it looking after in Brisbane, Keith for Wheels, John and the boys and the team do a really good job. Always looked after me in coming here 12 years. I've probably mentioned that before. So anyway, I've now got to go home and put the repaired tyre on my work car, the Saab, and then I can relax. Anyway, let's head home.
The traffic on the way home was horrendous, and this didn't help the hesitation or stumbling issue in traffic. The Ningy was probably worse than what it was previously. This had me perplexed and worried, contemplations much. So as I got home, I decided to contact Carby Bob again to arrange another meeting, and I proceeded to inform the new owner of the situation.
Not working.
What is it?
Vacuum advance.
On the distributor?
That's why you...
Oh.